Florida State University has begun an inquiry into its most famous student. Heisman Trophy winner Jameis Winston is being investigated again after an allegation that he sexually abused a fellow student back in 2012. While the Tallahassee Police Department did not find enough evidence to file charges against Winston, Title IX mandates that all sexual harassment and violence cases must be investigated by the school. Let's welcome in our legal analyst, Michael McCann, joining us via Skype today. Michael, how does a Title IX investigation work?
Well, Maggie, like you mentioned, an investigation is required under federal law anytime there's an allegation of sexual assault on campus. And here we know that such an allegation exists. And once the investigation begins, it's an internal university probe. It's supposed to end within 60 days. And we know that the alleged victim was interviewed last month, suggesting that we should get some resolution by October as to what will happen with Jameis Winston. But in terms of the mechanics of it, interviews are conducted by university officials and also, more importantly, their attorneys. And this is a situation where the university knows it will likely face some type of litigation over this, whether it's brought by the alleged victim or the Department of Education or potentially other entities. This is a very sensitive matter for the university.
What potential punishment could Jameis be facing?
He could, in theory, be facing expulsion from the school. That would be the worst case scenario for him, although that's a very unusually high penalty for somebody who's been probed, especially someone who wasn't charged with a crime. And in terms of a lesser form of sanction, it could be a reprimand. It could be a letter of reprimand. He could be suspended. He could lose his athletic eligibility perhaps for several games. Something along those lines. Certainly not criminal.
What about the timing of this, Michael? I imagine Florida State, as having the #1 ranked football team in the nation, would rather not do this in the middle of the season. But did they have a choice?
They don't have a choice. And if the university were to act in a way that looked like it was trying to protect the football team, that would be used as evidence against the university in any subsequent litigation. So the university's hands are really tied on this. They have to follow federal law. And you're right, it comes at a bad time as the season starts for the #1 ranked team. But it's a matter that takes priority over athletics.
Michael, Jameis Winston has never talked to the police, the district attorney, when he was being investigated back by the Tallahassee Police Department. Will he be forced to talk to anyone in this Title IX investigation?
He could be forced to talk to university officials on threat of, if he doesn't cooperate, he could be expelled from the school. But in terms of speaking with law enforcement, that's unlikely to happen. So he'll maintain his ability to not speak on the record in terms of testifying under oath, but he will be required to cooperate with university officials in this internal investigation, again, on threat of expulsion if he doesn't.
Michael McCann is our legal analyst. Michael, we appreciate the time. Thank you.